Okay, this is a quick recap of what I picked up from Hamvention. I didn't go there with the intention of buying, but you know, as usual, you see stuff that you I don't know if I would say gotta have, but let's just say the price was right. Few things I was looking for, and a few things I was not, but they popped up and the price is right again. This is basically the junk pile of the bigger stuff that I actually bought or was given to me. Tram Doctor does have friends, and thank you for those who gifted me a few items. I appreciate that, and they will go to good use too. So anyway, let's start with this one. We bought this Clipperton L. I don't remember where. I think I paid $175 for that. That uses 4 572B tubes in it. It should do about 1500 watts out. You know, a 2-tube like a Heathkit SB200 or a Mohawk 10 to do about, you know, 758, but this has got 4 tubes, and Dentron runs their stuff hot and hard, so I think I should be able to get 1500 out of it if it worked. Seller did say it worked, but you know, at Hamvention, who knows? You know, you pay your money, you take your chances. I guess the other thing I bought is this one. This one uses a 3400Z, not a 3500Z. This Loudon Boomer Mark IIA. It's a 2-piece amplifier with the separate transformer power supply, I should say, at the bottom. That's a heavy-duty transformer and power supply for one tube, and it's very well built. As you can see, the stuff in it uses a big blower and forced air through a chimney and heavy-duty components. That's really well built for a 13400Z. I already have one that I converted. I converted a was it a Swan? No, a Ray Track, kind of a Drake clone from a 23500Z to a 13500Z, and I used that as a test bench to test 3500Z. So I don't know, I may keep this one and let the Ray Track go, or I might convert this to a 4-400. I always wanted a low drive 4-400 glass amp, but anyway, that's the story on that. I bought this Crusader 300. Got tubes in it. I'm not even sure what kind. I think it uses 6 LF6s, and I need this like I need a hole in the head, but guess what I paid for it? Well, okay, $10 for it with tubes. You know, you go to these swaps, sometimes hams just want to get rid of stuff, so you know, he's looking at me like, you crazy, you know, buying old sweep tube ham stuff, and I'm thinking the tubes alone, you know, I think it's one driving 3. Not sure though, but the tubes alone probably worth 50. So again, $10. I'm taking that home. Over here I brought a pretty clean R27 S23. I was looking for a clean one. This one isn't mint, and the cabinets have a little wear, but the faces are pretty good and the rest are pretty good, and we planning on keeping that guy, as we had bought another local R27S23 right there. It's not as clean as I would like, but it's got the clean gold covers. So those gold covers are coming off of that, and they going on to that, and we think we'll have a really good radio. That's going to be a keeper for me. We bought this Ameritron remote switch, 6-way switch, I think, for $10, I think. So it's like I can't resist that, even though it's rusty, needs some clean up, and I didn't need it. But again, a 6-way remote control switch box for $10, I couldn't resist. This here is a plate transformer for a single 41000, and I had bought another 41000 single tube amp quite a while ago, and I started opening it up and playing with it, and I really wanted a dual 41000, and the one I bought had this exact transformer in it for the filament. So I think I'm going to convert the deck I got. It's just a deck, no power supply, with the single 41000 to a dual 41000, since I always wanted one. Actually, there was a guy on Facebook who said he had a dual 41000, and he was not far from Dayton, you know, a month ago. And I said, well, bring it to Dayton. He said he hemmed and hawed. And I said, look, I'll make a deposit, bring it to Dayton. I'm going to be there. And he called me a few days before Dayton. He said, asked me if I'm still going. I was like, yeah. And I said, bring it. You know, I'm here. I gave him my table number, but he never showed. So, hey, no dual 41000 for me. I bought another MFJ Giant watt meter. I want that for my bench, you know, keeping that guy. A CB buddy, or some buddies of mine were there. They're, you know, usually there every year, and I see them. And not going to call out no names, because some people, you know, have hate. Don't know why. But anyway, my buddies gifted me the Hornet case. You know, with no power supply in that, no transformer, but it's a nice case, and I needed a Hornet case, so we can do something with that. Look like it got a nice meter too, and I can use the meter. They had this Firecracker 50. I already got one. I think it uses a single 6LQ6. I don't think this one had a tube in it, but $10, you know, from that guy who was gifting me stuff, and I'm like, man, I'll take that for $10. That's the price he had on it too, so that wasn't a special deal. And he gifted me other stuff. He gifted me this Mako 750 transformer, and I'm like, yeah, I picked up one of them. I could use that. I'll take that. And he gifted me this Magic Mic remote control microphone here. Looks like new. You know, that's something I'm gonna play with. You know, looks like fun. Don't know how good it is, but you know, when somebody's throwing a gift and it's something I could use and play with, I'm gonna take that. So, you know, all those four pieces, the Hornet, Firecracker, the transformer, and the Magic Mic, were a whopping $10. Had my arms full there though. I paid pretty good for that MFJ meter. I paid $100 for that, but you know, seller head is new on it. Don't know if it's new, but it's in really good shape. Hope it works, but I figure I can fix that anyway if there's something wrong with it. For a few dollars, we bought this this noise generator, noise maker thing here. I think I paid $5 from that for my ham, and again, another ham was just happy to get rid of it. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm not really a huge fan of noise makers, but every now and then, you know, we can put some sound effects in there. So for $5 or whatever I paid for it, I'm like, I'll take that and hope it works. This here was actually not bought. Somebody shipped me another radio or something, and they used this box to ship it in, this Galaxy 2547. You know, so that is just an empty box. There's no radio in it. And I was going to throw it away, but then I'm like, you know, maybe somebody got the radio and can use that. So if somebody has a Galaxy DX2547 and is looking for a nice box, a decent box for it, you know, give me a few dollars, and plus, you know, whatever it's going to take to ship it, and you can get a box on your hand. That's the only reason I got that there with the box. So that's all I bought. I bought more than I sold. I did sell quite a few mics and some small odds and ends, you know, nothing big, but the mics and some of the odds and ends I so did add up. I had bought a BK747 tube tester, even though I had two already, but the price I got it was for $50. But then I was cleaning out the van to you know, get ready to pack up. And I didn't have anywhere to put, you know, stuff, because I wasn't putting it in the van. So I stuck the tube tester on my table. You know, I paid $50 for it, and somebody's like, how much? And I just said $100, and he like pulled out a $100 bill. So the tube tester's gone, but I made a quick $50 on that and less to take home. It was hard packing up going home, because I had again bought more than I sold. But all in all, it was a fair swap. Even though I got cheated out of a guy had a Swan Mark I, you know, at the front entrance, kinda, before the flea market, and I paid him for it, and thing was too heavy because I was on the back side. So I'm like, I'll come get it later. You know, this was Friday, and I went to go get it later, and he was gone. And of course, Saturday he didn't show up. So anybody know that guy that had that Swan Mark I? Oh boy. So anyway, well, over here, this is some of the stuff I did take that didn't sell. I sold a bunch of them big air variable caps I had. I made some decent money off those from what I paid for. I bought a very clean, brought a very clean Tram D201, not a 23 channel PC board, but it was super clean, and thought it might be some interest in that. But at Dayton, there are just not that many CBers there anymore. It's mostly, you know, old hams, and you know, they looked at the Tram, and I had a Mark III with the VFO, and I had a Mark III amp, but that sold. The amp sold. I had a Mark II amp that didn't sell. There go the Mark II amp right there. That LA1000, I brought that, and thought I had a buyer, but he changed his mind. So anyway, I brought the Mark III back and the Tram back, and those are the only two big radios I took, because I already figured that you know, not too many CBers and hams have no interest in CBs. But what happens is, if I don't bring them, you know, I get people, you know, coming up to the tables like, hey, Tram Doctor, you bring any Trams and Brownings? And I'm like, no, I didn't bring any. They like, oh man, they looking to buy. So we try to bring a couple, you know, one of each at least, and go from there. I also brought this rare Tram D64. That's a very rare Tram mobile sideband 40 channel blackface. It's a very nice looking radio. I'm not going to open it up. This one's like new in the box. And if you don't know what that looks like, Google that. A Tram D64 40 channel SSB mobile. It's kind of like the Tram D300. No, D80 I think is the mobile version of the Tram D300. But this is black, and it's, you know, really cool radio. But that didn't sell, but I did have a nice price on that. I'm not letting that go cheap. Somebody sent me this Texas Star manual, free again. It's nice to be liked and have friends, and I haven't looked through it yet. I'm gonna look through that, even though I don't play with transistor amps too much. But Texas Star service manual, you ever seen that before? And I had a bunch of I had some sweet tubes. I sold a few of them. Not that much, but I wasn't in, you know, no big hurry to sell sweet tubes. But I did bring some 811s and some 572B tubes. Some of the 572Bs were in the box, but it had no takers on that. I guess, you know, people are afraid to buy used tubes at a swap. So anyway, that's my recap. Update of Tram Doctor at the coming from the Dayton Hamvention. Bye.